Have you ever noticed how sleep just changes after a certain age? Maybe you used to drift off the moment your head hit the pillow. 8 solid hours, no problem. But now? You lie there, eyes wide open, the clock ticking louder than it should. Midnight. 2 a.m. 3:17. Still awake. Or maybe you do fall asleep, but then your body pulls you awake at 4 in the morning. Not rested. Not ready. Just awake. And you lie there, staring at the ceiling, asking yourself, why can't I sleep like I used to? What changed? And more importantly, is this normal, or is my body trying to tell me something? Because here's the truth, when you're over 70, sleep isn't just a routine, it's a lifeline. It affects everything, your heart, your memory, your balance, even how long you live. Yet so many seniors brush off poor sleep like it's just another sign of aging. But what if it's not? What if those restless nights are quietly taking a toll on your health, 1 hour at a time? What if waking up too early, or sleeping too much during the day, isn't just a nuisance, but a signal your body is waving at you? In this video, we're going to uncover the truth about how much sleep seniors really need to live longer, and better. We'll talk about why sleep patterns change after 70, what's completely normal, and what could be a red flag. You'll also learn 5 sneaky sleep habits that seem harmless, but might be doing more harm than good. And the last one? You'll wish you knew it years ago. So, if you, or someone you love, is over 70 and struggling with sleep, this is the video you never knew you needed. Now before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Has sleep changed for you lately? Do you wake up more tired than you used to? Go ahead and drop a quick comment below that says, I feel it. Let's start this conversation together, because you're not alone. And if you care about living these years with more strength, clarity, and peace of mind, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You're watching Elderly Wisdom Guide, where we grow older, wiser, and healthier, together. Let's begin. Let me tell you a story about Mr. Harold. Harold is 75. A retired mechanic. Spent most of his life under the hood of cars, hands covered in grease, heart full of purpose. He's one of those, up before the sun, kind of guys. Even now, long after retirement, his alarm still goes off at 5 a.m. sharp. He sleeps maybe 5 hours a night, no naps, no complaints. Says he feels fine. But last month, something happened. Harold was out in his garden, something he's done for decades, when he tripped over a hose and fell hard. Broke his hip. His daughter rushed him to the ER. And the doctor asked her something she didn't expect, how's his sleep been lately? You see, Harold didn't think much of his shortened sleep. But what he didn't realize was that chronic sleep deprivation, just like the kind he's been pushing through, can slowly impair balance, slow reaction times, and weaken muscles. All of which raises the risk of falls, and worse. And here's where it gets real. Studies show that seniors over 70 still need around 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night, not just to rest, but to stay alive and functional. The research is clear. Getting less than 6 hours on a regular basis is linked to a higher risk of heart disease, memory problems, depression, and even earlier death. Surprisingly, sleeping too much, say, over 9 hours consistently, can be just as risky. But here's the catch. It's not just about the number of hours, it's about what those hours look like. Are you tossing and turning? Waking up every hour? Getting up to use the bathroom 3-4 times a night? That means your quality of sleep may be suffering. And that matters just as much, if not more. Now, here's where the misconception kicks in. A lot of older folks think, well, I'm aging, I must not need as much sleep anymore. But that's not really true. Your body still needs it. What changes is your ability to get it. Hormones shift, circadian rhythms drift, pain and medications interfere. So instead of needing less, many seniors are actually battling more just to get what they still require. So, what can you do? Start simple. Track your sleep for a week. Write down when you go to bed, how often you wake up, and how you feel in the morning. Are you waking up groggy? Forgetful? Low on energy? Your body might be waving a red flag you've been ignoring. Don't brush it off. Because sleep isn't a luxury, it's a life support system. And if it's off balance, everything else begins to wobble. But here's the thing. It's not just the number of hours you get. What your body actually does during those hours. That's where the real magic, or danger, happens. Let's talk about Eleanor. She's 78. A retired teacher. Sharp-minded, loving, the kind of woman who remembers birthdays, bakes from scratch, and always has a cup of tea ready for guests. She goes to bed around 10 every night, wakes up around 6. A solid 8 hours. But lately, she just hasn't felt like herself. Her mornings are heavy. She wakes up groggy, forgetful, a little irritable. Her daughter says, "It's just age, Mom. You're getting older." But Eleanor knows something's off. And deep down, she wonders if there's more going on. And she's right. Because even though she's clocking in 8 hours, she's not getting the kind of sleep that matters most, deep sleep. See, as we age, our bodies naturally spend less time in slow-wave sleep. That's the deep, restorative stage where real healing happens. It's the stage that helps your brain consolidate memories. The stage that repairs your tissues, strengthens your immune system, and keeps your body functioning smoothly. Without enough deep sleep, your brain stays foggy. Your muscles don't recover. Your mood dips. And over time, your risk for diseases like dementia, diabetes, and even high blood pressure creeps up, quietly, but consistently. Now here's where a lot of people get confused. We often think, well, if I slept 8 hours, I must be fine. But not all sleep is created equal. If you're waking up multiple times during the night. If you're dreaming too vividly. If you're taking long naps during the day to make up for it. Then chances are, your deep sleep is being interrupted. And here's another thing, some of the most common reasons for poor deep sleep are surprisingly fixable. Things like late-night screen time, irregular bedtimes, or a bedroom that's too warm or noisy. Yes, even the TV playing softly in the background can rob you of precious slow-wave sleep. So, what can you do about it? Start by creating a calm, consistent bedtime routine. Shut down the screens, TV, phone, tablet, about an hour before bed. Let your brain wind down without all that artificial light. Dim the lights. Maybe play some soft music or read something light. And make sure your room is cool, dark, and quiet. Think of it like setting the stage, because your body needs the right conditions to dive into that deep, healing sleep. It's not about chasing more hours. It's about making the hours you do get truly count. Because Eleanor's not alone. There are millions of seniors just like her, getting enough sleep on paper, but still tired, forgetful, and moody by day. And most of them don't even realize what's happening. But now you do. And now, let's talk about something else, something sneaky. Something that feels like relief, but might actually be stealing your strength in silence. Let's talk about napping. Now let me introduce you to George. He's 82. Retired postman. Walked miles every day for decades, rain or shine. These days though, he's slowing down. Understandably so. But there's something else going on. George naps. A lot. One nap in the late morning. Another right after lunch. And sometimes, a third one around 5 p.m., right before dinner. He says, well, I don't sleep great at night, so I just make up for it during the day. And on the surface, that makes sense. Rest is rest, right? But here's the thing. Over time, George started forgetting little things. Appointments. Where he left his keys. A neighbor's name he used to know by heart. He's also been moving less, talking less, staying indoors more. His family thought, maybe it's just age catching up to him. But when they spoke to his doctor, a new idea came up: his napping might be doing more harm than good. Now here's what the science tells us: long naps, especially those lasting more than 90 minutes, can actually make nighttime sleep worse. They confuse your body's natural rhythm and prevent you from reaching that deep sleep your brain and body crave at night. And for older adults? There's an added risk. Researchers have found a strong link between excessive daytime napping and cognitive decline. Not just forgetfulness, but real changes in how the brain functions over time. It's subtle at first. A missed conversation here, a foggy moment there. But it builds. So why do seniors nap so much? Because the body is tired. But not always in the way we think. Sometimes it's real fatigue from poor nighttime sleep. Other times, it's a symptom of an underlying sleep disorder, like sleep apnea, where your breathing pauses in the night without you realizing it, leaving your body exhausted by day. And sometimes, it's just a cycle. You nap because you're tired. But you're tired because you napped. And round it goes. Now let's be clear, naps aren't the enemy. In fact, a short nap can actually be refreshing. But here's the key: keep your naps short, between 20 and 30 minutes, and try to take them in the early afternoon. Not too late, not too long. Just enough to give your brain a quick reboot without sabotaging your night. Think of it like a gentle reset, not a full shutdown. And if you find yourself needing to nap constantly throughout the day, that's not normal. That's your body whispering that something isn't right with your sleep at night. Listen to it. Because rest should recharge you, not replace the sleep you're missing. And speaking of things that mess with sleep, let's shift to something even trickier, something that affects every single one of us, whether we realize it or not: your body's natural clock. Yes, the one that quietly controls when you sleep, when you wake, and how alert you feel throughout the day. Let's talk about your rhythm, and what happens when it starts to drift out of tune. Let's talk about Mary. She's 81. A retired librarian. For most of her life, her routine was as steady as a clock. Dinner at 6. A little TV, maybe a crossword puzzle. Then lights out around 10 p.m. That rhythm worked for her. But lately, something's changed. Mary starts yawning by 6:30. She's asleep by 8 p.m., like clockwork. And by 4 a.m., her eyes pop open, wide awake. Not because she wants to be. Just because she is. She watches the sky darken into dawn, tired, yet unable to fall back asleep. And the strange part? Even with 8 full hours, she still feels worn out. Now, this isn't just a quirk of old age. It's something scientists call advanced sleep phase syndrome, and it's much more common than you might think, especially after 70. You see, your body has something called a circadian rhythm, a natural, internal clock that regulates when you feel sleepy and when you feel awake. It's tied to light. Sunrise and sunset. Routine. Hormones like melatonin that tell your body, hey, it's time to wind down. But as we age, this rhythm starts to shift. Instead of getting sleepy at 10, your body starts waving the white flag at 8, or even earlier. And instead of naturally waking at 7 or 8 in the morning, you're up before the birds, staring at the ceiling, asking, why am I awake again? This shift isn't just inconvenient, it can be exhausting. Because what often happens is, you go to bed early, wake up early, but then feel tired during the day. So you nap. And then you're less tired at night. So you stay up a bit, but still wake early. Before long, your whole sleep schedule is out of sync, and your energy, focus, and mood pay the price. Now here's where the mistake comes in. Families sometimes laugh it off. Oh, grandma's just an early bird. But this shift in timing isn't always natural. It can be triggered by reduced light exposure, especially if you spend most of your time indoors. It can be worsened by hormonal changes that reduce melatonin production. Even medication timing or lack of movement can make it worse. So, what can you do? Here's a simple, powerful tip: get sunlight in the morning, every morning. Step outside. Let the natural light hit your eyes, no sunglasses. That light tells your brain, this is morning. Set the clock right. Then in the evening, do the opposite. Dim the lights around the house. Avoid screens and bright bulbs late at night. Wind down gradually. Let your body know that night is coming. And while melatonin supplements are sometimes helpful, especially for circadian rhythm issues, don't self-medicate. Talk to your doctor before using it. It's a hormone, not a sleeping pill, and timing matters a lot more than dose. Because when your internal clock is ticking in rhythm, everything works better: your sleep, your mood, even your digestion. But when that clock is off, it can feel like you're out of sync with the world, and with yourself. And now, let's move to something that doesn't just throw off your timing. It can interfere with your sleep in ways most seniors never see coming, until it starts showing up in their bodies, their balance, and their memory. Let's talk about medications, and the quiet chaos they can create while you sleep. Now let's talk about Betty. She's 76. Sharp as ever. Always on top of her doctor's appointments, never misses a dose, and has a little organizer box for her pills, labeled for every day of the week. For years, Betty slept fine. A good 7 or 8 hours, woke up refreshed, did her morning stretches, and started her day with a smile. But then, after a small heart scare, her doctor prescribed a new medication. Nothing too heavy, a common heart drug. She followed directions, took it every night with a glass of water, just like she was told. Within a few weeks, Betty started waking up in the middle of the night. Sometimes drenched in sweat. Other times, her heart felt like it was racing. She'd toss and turn. By morning, she felt dizzy, drained, and anxious. At first, she thought, maybe this is just part of getting older. But it wasn't. What Betty, and millions of others, don't always realize is that many common medications prescribed to seniors can quietly disrupt sleep. In fact, studies show that over 60% of older adults are taking medications that directly or indirectly affect sleep quality. Let me give you a few examples. Beta blockers. Used for high blood pressure and heart conditions, can reduce melatonin production, making it harder to fall and stay asleep. Diuretics, often called water pills, are another big one. These increase urination, and if you're taking them too late in the day, they can have you up 3, 4, even 5 times a night, running to the bathroom. And then there are certain antidepressants, painkillers, and even over-the-counter allergy meds that mess with your sleep cycle. Especially the REM stage, where the brain restores and organizes memory. And here's the biggest mistake we all make: we often blame aging itself for the sleepless nights. Well, I'm just getting older, maybe this is what sleep looks like now. But in many cases, it's not age. It's the pills in your drawer. Now don't get me wrong, medications can be life-saving. But they also come with side effects. And when you're juggling multiple prescriptions, those side effects can overlap and quietly rob you of the deep, restorative sleep your body needs. So, what can you do? You don't have to stop your meds. But you do need to have a conversation with your doctor or pharmacist. Ask them, could any of these medications be affecting my sleep? Is there a better time of day to take them? Are there gentler alternatives with fewer nighttime side effects? Sometimes, simply shifting a medication from night to morning makes all the difference. Other times, there may be a different drug altogether that works better for your body, especially at your stage of life. Sleep doesn't have to be a nightly battle. But if your medications are causing the fight, you deserve to know, and you deserve help adjusting. Because it's not just about sleep. It's about how you feel the next day. Your balance. Your memory. Your energy. Your safety. And when all of that starts to slip, it doesn't just affect you, it affects your whole family, your peace of mind, and the freedom you worked your whole life to enjoy. So now, you know the signs. You've heard the stories. You've got the tools. But how do you take this knowledge and turn it into action? Let's talk about the emotional side of all this, and why this awareness might be one of the most loving things you can give yourself, or someone you care about. It's hard, isn't it? Watching your sleep slip away like sand through your fingers. One night it's tossing and turning, the next it's waking up every hour, unsure of what time it is. And sometimes, it's not even about you. It's your partner. Your mother. Your grandfather. Someone you love slowly becoming more tired, more forgetful, more fragile, and you don't know how to help. The nights start to feel longer. The days blur into each other. And inside, there's a quiet worry, is this just aging? Or is something deeper going on? But here's what I want you to hold on to, this doesn't have to be the beginning of a slow decline. In fact, this awareness, this understanding, it's one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself, or someone you care about. Because when you understand what's happening to your body, you stop reacting with fear, and start responding with purpose. You go from being confused by the changes, to being prepared for them. You stop blaming age for everything, and instead, you start looking closer. Listening. Learning. And taking steps, small ones, that can make a big difference. You're not just surviving your later years. You're owning them. So, here's my gentle challenge to you, tonight, before bed, take 5 minutes. Write down how you felt today. What time you woke up. How tired you were. If you napped. If you remembered things clearly or felt off. You don't need a fancy notebook. Just a pen, a paper, and a little curiosity. Or better yet, check in with someone. A spouse. A friend. A sibling. Ask them, how have you been sleeping lately? You might be surprised by what they say. And that conversation? It could be the start of healing, for both of you. Because sleep is more than just rest. It's the foundation of your brain, your body, and your spirit. And while it's easy to feel like time is working against you, the truth is, you still have time to take control. With a little patience, a bit of awareness, and a willingness to listen to your body again. Sleep can become your ally. Your healer. Your reset button. Your golden years can still shine, bright, steady, and strong. And now, let's bring this all together. Let's take a moment to recap what we've explored together today. Seniors over 70 should still aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, not just any sleep. We looked at how deep sleep deficiency quietly robs your body of healing. We uncovered the truth about long naps and how they can confuse your brain and throw off your night. We dove into the circadian shifts that sneak in as we age, making you feel out of rhythm and out of energy. And we exposed how common medications, the very ones meant to help, can disrupt your sleep behind the scenes. This isn't about fear. It's about being informed. So now I want to hear from you. What's been your biggest sleep challenge lately? Are you waking too early? Napping too much? Feeling groggy in the morning? Drop it in the comments below. I read every one. Because this is a community, and your voice matters. And if you found this video helpful, if it gave you clarity or comfort or even just a little aha moment, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This is Elderly Wisdom Guide, and every day, we're here with insights just like this, meant to help you live not just longer, but wiser, fuller, and healthier. You deserve that. Thank you for spending these moments with me. Thank you for caring, for yourself and for those you love. Sleep well tonight. Stay curious. And I'll see you in the next video, with more guidance for your golden years.